Hello, Taos, and welcome to our weekend edition for your Taos news and more. You know, Enrico, it's so nice to be here in the studio with you because usually I'm getting the weather from the cloud. I'm usually in orbit about like a mile and a half above Dulce. And
Yeah. I'm glad to have you here, Robert. It's, I'm a little uncomfortable with you floating overhead
but that's where the weather is, and that's
it's a good vantage point for checking everything out. Yeah.
So let's move on to some local news. I mean, what's going on here in Taos this weekend? The fiestas.
The fiestas, yeah. If you're hanging out, if you're in town, welcome to the fiestas because they're going all around. If this is Saturday, come by and see the children's parade, and there'll be some cool events going on at the plaza.
Like live music at the plaza, food.
Lots of live music, food, Tio Vivo, this.
I love, the little children's toys.
The little children's. It's a carousel of hand-carved horses and strange animals and things.
Nice.
And that's put on by a local group here, and it's a really great thing to see.
Any wooden aliens on that?
Well, we should have you talk to those organizers and we'll see.
All right, well, let's move on to national news. What's going on? I hear the D-town, Detroit.
Detroit
has hit some hard times. What's going on there?
Well, according to a report at CNBC, there are some real economic things going on. John W. Schoen of CNBC reports that the Detroit bankruptcy could hit millions in the public sector. So that could mean a lot of jobs. That could mean a lot of changes that are going on.
Well, a few years ago, didn't they do this whole reorganization, or they were doing this bounce back? I mean, you were talking about it earlier.
Well, yeah. I mean, I actually several years ago, I thought they were turning around a bit. That there were some positive things. With the vehicle production and car industry, that it was sort of okay. There were changes that were happening, but
what do you think we should do? Let China come in?
To do what?
To manage it? No. Well, it looks like Detroit's on decount. Okay.
Yeah.
What else do we have out there?
Well, there is some tough economic news also coming in. The stock market is down a bit. The Dow Jones is down 33 points. And so even though they've had record highs recently, things are a little bit unstable over there, according to Yi Young Park of CNBC.
You have any stocks?
No, I do not have any stocks. I was trying to put money away into something that rode the stocks a bit, but I'm not contributing to that anymore. So.
What about some international news? What about Snowden? Where is he? What's up with him now?
Well, I think everyone knows where Snowden is.
He's still in Moscow, huh?
Still in Moscow. Where is he going is the big question, and what impact is that having on international relationships between the United States and
Yeah, I hear that Obama's thinking about canceling his trip to Moscow. Did you hear that?
In fact, I just read that just a second ago.
I take it away from you. Operation Still Thunder.
Yeah.
So what do you think, Snowden's quite the rock in his shoe. I mean, he's apparently he has more documents that he could come out with, and it doesn't look good for both sides. How do you feel personally about Snowden?
How do I feel about Snowden? I think Snowden's an interesting character. Lately I've been trying to avoid stories about Snowden and what's going on there, but in a sense I like the idea of openness in between the public and the government and people in power. And I think Snowden's bringing the topic up front more. Whether or not I agree with what he's done and how that works out,
Patriot,
I'm not sure.
spy, traitor.
Well, I can't imagine as any of those things. I think the story is a lot more complex than that. And I have that has made up my mind on that issue. How about you?
Apparently in the intelligence community, I mean, they're doing a whole revamping of the NSA because of this, and then the KGB is switching to typewriters now. Did you hear about that? I mean, at the most elite level of communications, which makes total sense. I mean, because now you got still the ribbon versus the key grabbers and whatnot, and the sniffers and stuff like that. So, you know, I mean, this is it sends ripples throughout the intelligence community, and Snowden, you know, I say he leans more along as the citizen.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're in
Citizen
this
Snowden.
Citizen Snowden.
Yes.
Well, you know, aren't we all a little bit of a citizen Snowden to a certain degree, because we are in this environment where all of our social information, all of our emails, all of our interactions on Facebook and Twitter is essentially out there, can be taken.
Mm-hmm.
We do lead these public lives on the internet to a certain degree, and you know, there are these regular stories of political figures who have tweeted inappropriate things and sent out accidental images.
We don't have to worry about that here at Channel 22. We're completely analog. We are completely.
So, speaking of analog, why don't we go ahead and check some of the some new. Let's kick out for some announcements. We're going to announce a few things and see what's going on.
Okay, you want to do some announcements? Okay, well, let's cut to announcements, and then when we come back, we're going to have David from Movie Review, and he's going to talk a little bit about, you know, what's it like attending classes here at UNM, and then we're going to have Francis, also from Movie Review. So, we'll see you soon.